If you feel like most days are like pushing boulders up a steep mountain path, then this video is for you. And one of my all-time favourite stories is about a guy called Viktor Frankl. Heard of him? Probably not. Well, Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist who was imprisoned in the death camps of Germany from 1942 to 1945. And Frankl himself suffered heavy amounts of torture, never really known from one moment to the next if this path would lead him to the ovens of death or if he would be saved amongst the very lucky ones. And with all of this stuff going off around him, Frankl became aware of all the things he could control. They could control his environment, they could do whatever they wanted to his body, but there was just one thing that they couldn't fully control, and they knew this. You see, Frankl knew that his body could withstand any punishment given, but it was his mind from which he had to convince and grow stronger. And from doing and knowing this, Frankl kept his basic identity intact. He knew who he was, and he could decide within himself how all of this was going to affect him in the future. And he granted himself with the power to choose that response. Not only was Frankl an inspiration to those people around him and even some of the guards, but he helped others find meaning in their suffering and dignity within their prison existence. You see, your life doesn't just happen. Whether you know it or not, it's carefully designed or carelessly designed by you. You choose your happiness, sadness, your courage, your fear. And we all know that life presents us with some really uncomfortable situations at times. And you and I have been there before, right? But personally, I do 100% believe that you have the internal power and freedom within you to choose your response. And if you're not doing this right now, I'm pretty much sure that you know why. And you know what? It takes a brave person to reach out to somebody who you can trust, who will listen to you and connect with you, but not tell you what to do, because that is your choice, and that's exactly the way it should be. Make sense? So break off the shackles. You could be living a completely different life 6 months from now if you just dealt with that and took action. Will this be easy? Absolutely not. And why should it ever be easy? Because this is change. If the truth be told, you will experience pain before pleasure, because that is how change happens. And how much pain you experience will all depend on how solid your mental foundations are as a person, both in mind and body. But personally, I respect anybody who has overcome problems like this. You are absolutely a legend in my eyes, and you know exactly who you are. So deal with that situation today. Love you all. Know who you are at all times. Thanks for listening.